Welcome to the Weather Blender video blog for September 7th, 2011. There's your record high. You can see 98 back in 1939 and 35 back in 1924. That's pretty cold. That's frosty cold, in fact. Yes, it does freeze even sometimes in the summer, and as we get a little bit later in the month of September, if you follow along with us each day, you'll see record lows down below 30 in the summer season around here. Well, right now, as expected, a little bit warmer today than yesterday. 68 in Steubenville, 70 Wheeling, 72 New Martinsville, 74 is a warm spot over in Morgantown. Winds are coming in generally out of the northeast, but not as breezy as yesterday. And we've got speeds at about 6 to 8 miles an hour. Well, there's the system. Heaviest rains right now from eastern North Carolina, Tidewater, Virginia, up to D.C., over to about Harrisburg, up to about Scranton, and almost over to Williamsport, and then up into northern New York and northern New England. We still have this monster upper level low, which is kind of wobbling along the Kentucky-West Virginia border down in the southern coalfields of West Virginia. Today, not much in terms of rain. We've got the rain to the west, we've got it to the east, we've got not much to the north or south. Anyway, we'll be filling that in a day or two. Well, as expected, the heat wave has definitely ended in Dallas, Texas. Texas has cooled off, but they haven't gotten any rain. They need about 10 inches of rain. Some spots need 18 inches of rain to get out of the drought. And, of course, we don't want to get it all in one night. And you can see the hot spot is in the typical area, the desert southwest, Phoenix coming in with about 100 degrees. You can see the cool air, eastern Great Lakes, New York, and New England. We will slowly warm up as we move through the week. Humidity levels, well, they could be a little bit lower in our area. You can feel the humidity in the air, but the super high humidity right now is in eastern North Carolina up to about Virginia Beach over into southern Jersey. And then as you go out to the west, it's expected not much. And in terms of watches and warnings, well, there's still got problems along the Missouri River there from Missouri up to about Omaha, Nebraska. We've got some spots down here in Mississippi, down into Louisiana, and over into a little bit of Alabama, over into Georgia, a little bit of Tennessee. But the most active weather right now is occurring in the western or eastern two-thirds of Pennsylvania from about, Fredericksburg, Virginia, up through Fredericksburg, Maryland, up through Pennsylvania, New York, into eastern parts, western parts of New England. There she is. It's Hurricane, how do we pronounce her name? Katia. Yeah, Katia. Katia is off the coast there, and it will be approaching. We'll show you a predictor in a minute. Also, it looks like we have something developing along the front here. There's kind of a trough of low pressure. The main low, the remains of the tropical storm Lee are just to our south and west. Meanwhile, it looks like there's something new developing here near Tampa, Florida, and we'll show you what predictor is going to do with that in a minute. Well, there we are at 4 p.m. We've got low pressure. The upper low is hanging back over eastern Kentucky. We seem to have a surface trough which stretches from eastern parts of North Carolina back up into almost our area. And you'll see the green, and predictor doing a pretty good job showing the rain to the west and to the east, but the heaviest stuff to the east right now in those areas we just identified for you. Now, at 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, it looks like a Hurricane Katia will be east of about Elizabeth City, North Carolina. We're still expecting to see some spotty showers here, lots of clouds, brief periods of sunshine. We get into Friday. Well, there's Katia right off the coast of New England. Looks like it's far enough away that it's really not going to seriously bother anybody, except, I wouldn't want to be on the Queen Elizabeth II, 300 miles east of Boston for Friday afternoon. But anyway, it looks like the worst spots will probably be places like Nantucket Island, Massachusetts, Cape Cod, maybe eastern tip of Long Island. Still, we're showing this low here and a few showers on your Friday. Well, everything's going to clear up on this weekend, right? No, as expected, we're expecting more pop-up showers, lots of clouds, not much warmer. And then here's this little low. This thing is kind of moving up along the coast. There we are, 4 p.m. on Sunday. Still showing mostly cloudy conditions with scattered showers in our area. And we go Sunday into Monday afternoon. Still showing an upper low here, but it does look like eventually, maybe, just maybe, we could think about pulling showers out of the forecast. Yeah, here's Katia. High sustained winds only 85 miles an hour. Now, just 2 days ago, it had winds of 135. So 2 days ago, it had a very well-developed eye, and when they sampled and took their observations, it was really rocking and rolling. But right now, you don't see, and here's the infrared imagery, you don't see much of an indication of an eye to the hurricane. And usually if you don't have a good eye to the hurricane, you're not going to get very strong winds. Well, anyway, there's what Katia does. She goes way up there under Greenland and maybe smacks into Ireland on Tuesday or something like that. And loses a lot of its tropical characteristics by the time it gets there. So there's your 7-day forecast. We're looking at high temperatures in the low 70s, getting to maybe upper 70s later in the weekend. But, hey, you really can't complain. At least it is a 90-degree heat. And it would be nice to see the sunshine again, but we may have to wait another week before we see much in terms of the Mr. Yellow.